This is just my opinions and a look around the outside of the Tamiya high lift. So, the main thing is it's got a hard body and internal springs on the shocks, air-filled tires, leaf springs. Well, it's got, can you see the, okay, so I'm trying to show you the leaf springs in here. Okay, see right there? There's the leaf springs. And here's the springs that push down on the leaf springs right here. Okay. And then it's got a light bar, but there are no lights in it right now because I didn't buy the Masterworks edition. I couldn't afford it, and I thought that $300 for some lights and some sounds wasn't worth it. But it came with, this is the radio most people use. This would be first gear, second gear, and third gear. It's a 3-speed transmission. And this would be if you wanted four-wheel, or actually no, that would be if you wanted four-wheel steering. I think, I'm not sure. And then here's the radio that came with it, that the guy put in it. FlySky GT3, yeah, GT3B. And this is the motor I have in it. Motor and speed control. Sidewinder SCT. Short Grip Truck Edition. If you can read that, it says $135. And it came with a bunch of parts for servos, which I will go through here in a sec. Here's the servo that came with it. It's a Futaba S3004. And that's about it for that bag. And here's the receiver for the one that came with it, the radio. Futaba 4-channel. And here's a winch I'm going to put on it. It's a 3-way racing winch. And here are the stock tires that come with it. If you kind of want to see what it looks like, I'll give you an idea. So, these are not air-filled though, so I put the ones that are on it. These are basically my inside tires. And if you haven't noticed, I'm running a TQI system with the docking base and a waterproof Traxxas receiver box. And here is the motor and speed control that came with it. The speed control is a Taser 15T. I don't know what the motor is, but I think it's just a Tamiya one, the stock one that comes with it. I'm not really sure what the actual motor is or how many turns it is. My guess would probably be a 27 turn, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. And here's some screws and stuff that I got. And then here's some lights that he put on it, which is right. These lights, one of them broke out because my friend wrecked it. And these, I'm not sure what they are. And here's some other stuff. These are for the front right here. Like, for instance, this part. And the winch would go right here. So, yeah. And here's the mirrors. Actually, that would go on that side. So here's what the mirrors would look like. I would have to paint them too. And here's the stock battery tray. Comes up like that. But how I'm running my battery, let me take these off real quick, is I'm running it stuck in the bottom screw. I'm running a 4200 2S LiPo. I don't know what the rating is, but yeah, so, and it doesn't, since it's 2.4 gigahertz, if you didn't know, the TQI is 2.4 gigahertz, and it doesn't need a very long wire. That's why there's no wire sticking out of the top. Okay, and here's the mufflers in the back. If you notice it, and jiggle like real trucks because they're on a spring. Tamiya's really into making stuff look scale. So I think that's about it for this one. In the next video, I will be showing the inside of the truck as long as electronics and stuff. And in the video after that, the third video series, I will be doing a running video. And after that will be my after run, quote unquote, like if I still feel the same way about it after I've driven it. So yeah. Alright, so here's the second video in the series of my review of the Tamiya High Lift. And first I'm going to show you guys how to take the hard body off of the truck. And there's two little screws right here. There's two on the other side. I took those off so you wouldn't have to watch me do that. So you just unscrew them. So there's one. And then after this, it should come right off. And if you notice, it's kind of muddy. It's a lot better than it was. So, come on. Oh, I know why it's not coming off. I gotta take the body pins off. Okay. Okay. So, sorry, it was really muddy and I just took it for a walk, so. Alright, so if you look up here, here is the Castle Sidewinder I have in it. Right here. Here's the motor, and over here is the ESC. If you're wondering why I don't have the fan plugged in, it's because I don't have two battery ports on my receiver. Sorry. Came with a fan, and here, just a sec. Let me check this. I think it's a 1410 motor, but I'm not positive. Yeah, 1410. Now it's kind of reversed, but still. So, if you're wondering what that paper is, it's my receipt. Okay, so, like I said in the last video, it's got leaf springs, but here you can see a better view of it. If you look up here, when you see these things, oh my god, no, this isn't working. So when you move these things up and down, they kind of push out. And that's the leaf springs, like, collapsing, so to speak. And right now, here's all the mud, which is really muddy. It's covered in mud. So, basically, it's just a Castle Sidewinder SCT. And I've got a TQI in there, like I said in the last video. That's why the antenna is so short. And I've got a waterproof receiver box. And then here's my battery. So, yeah. And then the servos are up in here. The steering servo is a EXI B226F from hobbyparts.com. And then the other one is the other servo that I had in here. This one. This way you can get a better look at it. It's just the S3004 Futaba servo. And it's got, you might think these diff plates are aluminum, but they're not. They're plastic. And if you're wondering what this is, that is the guy who I got it from did four-wheel steering for a bit, but didn't like it, so he took it off. And if you listen, when I squeeze these tires, no air gets out because they're air-filled. So, and these are the mufflers that jiggle, kind of. Here's the leaf springs that you can see a little better. See, when I move the diff, they go like that. And then, so yeah, that's basically it for that video. And I think that's about good. Oh, and these are plastic and the bars are metal. So yeah, alright, cut.